Hi, this is Paladugu Keshav of CSC Data Science, and today we are going to discuss about water treatment systems. What is the best type of water treatment system? Which type of water treatment or filtration system should I purchase? There are a number of resources available to help you make a good buying decision, including researching on internet. We would caution you to never ever buy a product that is sold to you via scare or alarm tactics, and check with several sources before you buy to make sure you're getting a high quality system or replacement part. You might also consider getting water tested or find the report to know exactly what contaminants are in your water. If you receive a water from municipal water supplier, then you can review your local consumer confidence report to learn what is in your water. Each year, public water suppliers are required to provide a CRC. If you are on a private well, you can send off a water analysis from Criteria Laboratory. Now we are going to discuss about four water treatment methods. The first one is reverse osmosis water filtration. Reverse osmosis water filtration. A reverse osmosis is a process where the water pressure is employed to force water through a semi-permeable membrane. When water is forced against a reverse osmosis membrane surface, the dissolved materials are repelled while in water molecules are diffused through a membrane molecule by molecule, forming purer water on the other side. The reverse osmosis method is a popular method for reduction contaminants in water. Along with typical lead and other heavy metals, bacteria and chlorine, this removes as many as 1,000 different unwanted contaminants from water. This filtering system uses 5 separate stages of filtering to remove 99% of contaminants. What contaminants can a reverse osmosis system remove? Like lead 85% to 92%, arsenic 92% to 96%, fluoride 85% to 92%, pesticides at 97 to 99%, chloride 96 to 98%, barium 95 to 98%, cyanide 84 to 92%, and sodium 84 to 94%, and so on. What is reverse osmosis system? How does it work? Reverse osmosis water filtration is a chemical free, economical way to improve the taste and odor of your drinking water. As mentioned above, an RO system produces clean filtered water by forcing tap water through a semi-permeable membrane that is filtered is directed to a storage tank. The impurities that are separated from water molecules are flushed down the drain. In normal osmosis process, the solvent naturally moves from area of low solute concentration through a membrane to an area of high solute concentration. The driving force of movement of a solvent is the reduction of Gibbs free energy of the system when the difference in the solvent concentration is on either side of membrane is reduced, generating osmotic pressure due to the solvent moving into a more concentrated solution, applying an external pressure to reverse the natural flow of pure solvent. Thus is reverse osmosis. The process is similar to other membrane technology applications. Reverse osmosis differs from filtration in mechanism of fluid flow is by osmosis across a membrane. The predominant removal mechanism in membrane filtration is straining or size exclusion, where the pores are 0.01 micrometers or larger, so the process can theoretically achieve perfect efficiency regardless of parameters such as solution's pressure and concentration. Reverse osmosis instead involves solvent diffusion across the membrane that is either non-porous or uses nanofiltration with pores 0.001% micrometers in size. The predominant removal mechanism is from differences in solubility or diffusivity and the process is dependent on pressure, solute concentration, and other conditions. A reverse osmosis system consists of both pre and post filters which add additional contaminant removal. To learn more about the reverse osmosis process, here the figure, you can understand the reverse osmosis process. There are few questions like my water is bad, may be the cause, can it be corrected? Yeah, if you want to remove the taste and smell of your drinking and cooking water, a POU point of use system installed at your kitchen sink is a great choice. Reverse osmosis water filter systems are an economical simple solution. A reverse osmosis can remove lead, iron, fluoride, nitrates, and dozens of other contaminants which can lead to more and more diseases, very dangerous diseases. In addition, an RO system can be improve the taste and quality of your water by removing chlorine and other offensive tastes. If you elect to treat the whole house, a system that is installed at a point where the water enters the home, POE point of entry system, when your first step is to identify what is causing the problem. Have water analysis done. Have once you have identified what is causing the taste problem, you can research what type of water treatment equipment is designed to address your specific needs. There is a chlorine in my water. Is chlorine bad for me? Yeah, of course. There has been a lot of research that effects of chlorine with evidence showing that is the biggest concern. It's a reaction with natural organic materials like leaves and humans forming disinfection byproducts which are considered carcinogens. Installing a reverse osmosis drinking water system is one of the most effective and economical ways to remove chlorine from drinking water. Now, our second one is ultraviolet water sterilization and filtration. Ultraviolet water sterilization and filtration. Ultraviolet. Sunlight has long since been known to kill microorganisms. The rays from the sun in the UV spectrum used in ultraviolet water treatment systems, although at much lower intensities. It also referred to as either the germicidal spectrum or frequency. The frequency used in killing microorganisms is 254 nanometers. The UV lamps used in water treatment are designed specifically to have the highest amount of UV energy at this frequency. What is ultraviolet system? How does it work? An ultraviolet system uses UV light to inactivate certain bacteria, viruses, and cysts that may be present in water. Water flows through the system's UV chamber where it is exposed to UV light. For additional information on UV water purification, refer the information page on water ultraviolet water purification. What can UV remove? UV water disinfection is a chemical-free, safe way to treat water and is effective in destroying 99.99% of illness-causing microbes including coliform bacteria, salmonella, E. coli, viruses, giardia, typhoid fever, polio, hepatitis, chloria, and more. My well water tested positive for coliform bacteria. What does mean and what can I do about it? There are many questions like this. Coliform bacteria can be indicated that your well is susceptible the contamination of other bacteria as well. You have several options. One is to disinfect the well and retest for coliform, but this is only a short-term solution. The UV system can treat a waterborne bacteria and viruses. We discuss the removal of coliform bacteria in well water here. The second option is a long-term solution that involves installing a whole house water disinfectant system such as Vico IHS 22D4. Here's the how UV work. The third type is filtration. Filtration is a process in which the water passes through a water system that may include one or more filters for purpose of removing turbidity, taste, color, iron or odor. The design can be loose media, tank type systems or cartridge devices. In general, the process may include mechanical, absorptive, neutralizing and catalyst oxidizing filters. Filtration is used to separate particles and fluid in a suspension, where the fluid can be a liquid, gas, or a supercritical fluid. Depending on application, either one or both of components may be one or more components may be isolated. Filtration as a physical operation enables materials of a different chemical composition to be separated. A solvent is chosen which dissolves one component while not dissolving the other. By dissolving the mixture in a chosen solvent, and one component will go into a solution and passes through the filter, while the other will be retained. Filtration is widely used in chemical engineering where separation occurs at a single performed layer. In sieving, particles that are too big to pass through the holes of a sieve and are retained. In filtration, the multi-layer lattice retains those particles that are unable to follow the tortuous channels of filter. Oversized particles may form a cake layer on top of the filter and may also block the filter lattice, preventing the fluid phase from crossing the filter. Commercially, the term filter is applied to the membranes and separation lattice is so thin that the surface becomes the main zone of particle separation, even though the products might be described as sieves. Filtration differs from adsorption, where separation release on a surface charge. Some absorption devices some absorption devices containing activated charcoal and ion exchange resin are commercially called filters. Although filtration is not their principal functional mechanism, filtration differs from removal of magnetic contaminants from fluids with magnets, typically lubrication oil, coolants, and fuel oils. Because there are no filter medium, commercial devices called magnetic filters are sold, but the name reflects their use, not their mode of operation. There are different types of filtration. First, we have to know what is water filtration, a process in which water passes through a water system that may include one or more filters for purpose of removing turbidity, taste, color, iron and odor. Once installed, does water filtration equipment require any service or parts? Yes, all water treatment equipment needs occasional attentions and many require replacement filters, membranes, lamps, sleeves and annual. Always follow the manufacturer's recommend service and maintenance instructions for your system. Here's a short example of filtration. Now we are going to know about water sediment filters. Sediment filters are very important in well water applications but also used by those on municipal water. Sediment filters can act as barrier against grit and particulates. The clog of your water filter system cause issues for household plumbing and reduce the life of water using appliances. With UV water filter system, sediment can reduce efficacy by hindering the ability of UV light to research the waterborne microorganisms, and if sediment is not filtered out before a whole house of water softening, silt could enter the system and scratch the damage the fine moving softener. And now we are gonna discuss about types of filtration methods. Hot filtration method is mainly used to separate solids from a hot solution. This is done in order to prevent crystal formation in filter funnel and other apparatuses that comes in contact with the solution. As a result, the apparatus and the solution are used to heated in order to prevent the rapid decrease in temperature, which in turn would lead to crystallization of solids in the funnel and hinder the filtration process. One of the most important measures to prevent the formation of crystals in funnel and to undergo the effective hot filtration is the stemless filter funnel. Due to the absence of stem in the filter funnel, there is a decrease in surface area of contact between the solution and stem of the filter funnel, hence preventing the recrystallization of solid in the funnel, adversely affecting the filtration process. Then now we are going to discuss about second type of filtration, cold filtration. Method is used to use the ice bath in order to rapidly cool down the solution to be crystallized rather than leaving it out to cool it down slowly in the room temperature. The technique results to formation of very small crystals as opposed to getting the large crystals by cooling solution at room temperature. Vacuum filtration technique is mostly preferred for the small batches of solution in order to quickly dry out small crystals. This method requires a Butcher funnel filter paper of smaller diameter than the funnel, Butcher flask and rubber tubing to connect the vacuum source. Here is the small example for a small diagram of water, different types of water filter cartridges and filtration. Now we are going to discuss about distillation. Distillation is a process in which the liquid such as water is converted by heating into a vapor state and vapor cooled and condensed to a liquid state and collected. It is a process of removing in liquid from its constituents or contaminants as compared to other processes where contaminants are removed. From the water, distilled water is a water that been purified by passing through one or more evaporation condensation cycles, contains essentially no dissolved solids. Because the distillation requires a lot of energy to produce small amount of purified water, we do not carry distillation systems or recommend to do products. What is distilled water? Distilled water is a water that can be purified by passing through one or more evaporation condensation cycles and contains essentially no dissolved solids. Usually contains less than 5 ppm of TDS. Now we will go to the deep of type distillation. There are so many types of distillation. First one is continuous distillation. Continuous distillation is ongoing distillation in which the liquid mixture is continuously without interruption fed into the process and separated fractions are removed to continuously as output streams occur over time during the operation. The second type is simple distillation. The vapor is immediately channeled into a condenser. Consequently, the distillate is not pure but rather composition is identical to the composition of vapors at a given temperature and pressure. That concentration follows Raoult's law. And the third one is fractional distillation. The boiling points of the components in a mixture will be sufficiently close that Raoult's law must be taken into the consideration. Therefore, fractional distillation must be used in order to separate the components by repeated vaporization condensation cycles within unpack the fractioning column. This separation by successive distillations is also referred to as rectification. Thank you.